Well, the first step to making chicken enchiladas is to take your average sized chickens. Actually, I'm making a double recipe. So I have 2 chickens. I'm just going to put them in this big pot of water. Maybe Michael can show you how much water I have in here. And actually, I'm going to put, I like to put a little rack in the bottom. That just keeps the chickens off of the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to put them in. And we're going to let them cook for 45 minutes, steam them. Now I'm making the salsa, which is the sauce that goes on top of them. And then remember, I'm doing a double recipe, so you only need 1 can. But I use whole tomatoes, and I usually go through each tomato and I squeeze out some of the juice, and I look at the end part, okay? Because it used to be, but you see how this one, I kind of cut a little bit of that off. I know it takes a little bit of time, but I like to do that because I find in the salsa later on, you actually have those. So this one, oh, there you go. See that little end there. So so go through them like that. Squeeze a little of the juice out first. You save the juice for something else you want to make. I just cut that little part off. Okay. Okay, I have put in about 3 tablespoons of olive oil for my onions, but for you it'll be about a good tablespoon, and then 1 good size onion. Okay. And let's get in. And they're going to cook those down until they're clear. And now I'm going to show you how I do the tomatoes. I've already started to do them, and I cut the little core out, and I left the juice in the can. And then I already started to do these. So instead of buying crushed ones, I'd rather buy them this way, where I have a little more control over the size. Okay. And actually now these chilies, these green chilies, I always buy different brands, whatever's on sale, because they cost about $1.50 for the can, and that's on sale. So I'm just going to add this to here. When we add this to the onions, it'll all be together. But the garlic needs to get cooked in there. And remember, this is a double recipe, so you'll just need 1 can of chilies. Okay, the onions are clear. They're pretty much done. You know, actually, I'm going to go ahead and just add that garlic. I'm going to stir it because garlic doesn't take very long to cook. Okay, well, the garlic is ready and the onions, so I'm just going to now add the tomatoes and the chilies just right to it. I'm going to let that simmer in there, you know, just let it cook together. Now I was going to tell you about the onions is that when you chop your onions, just go ahead right away and cover them with saran wrap and throw away your peelings, because then they won't burn your eyes. I may just add a little bit of sauce to that, because that's just the sauce left over from the tomatoes. I'm just going to add a little bit to give it a little bit of liquid so it can steam off. Okay, I took out, I used this big thing from the grill. You just in the pot, you can kind of pull them out. I just want to see if this is cooked, so I'm going to go down where the bone is and see. As you see, I think that this could be cooked a little bit more. See, it's pink, so I'm going to put him back into the pot. Cook them for about 15 more minutes. Okay. Put it back on medium. They have to steam. And stir your salsa, your sauce, so that doesn't burn. Okay. Okay. These are our jalapeño chilies, and you don't have to wear gloves, but it's really a good idea to, because if you get these oils onto your skin, just the oil, you could really burn your eye or something if you had scratched your eye later. So I'm just going to open these up, and I'm going to take out the seeds. See, you're really rubbing in there. And you can save all these little seeds, because you can use them if you want your stuff to get hotter. But I'm just going to show you how I do one. Okay. Come on. Okay, little seeds. I'm not afraid of too many, but the seeds are really where a lot of the heat is. Okay. So I take this side of my grater. It's the this is the one I use for the cheese when I grate the cheese, and this is the one for the jalapenos. Try not to break into the rubber glove. I always grate more than I need. So that's pretty much how you do it. Okay, the chicken has all been boned, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through it, I'm going to pull it apart. If you take a large piece, you kind of just want to pull it apart like this. Now let me suggest, it is very time consuming to bone a chicken, so you might want to just buy chicken breasts, okay, and some thighs, and just cook them up, but you really need an equivalent of one chicken, okay? Okay, well I have all the chicken is shredded, and I'm going to add, now remember, this is a double recipe, so I'm adding 2 sour creams. I might add a little bit less. Sometimes when you double a recipe, you end up changing the ingredients a little bit, but you'll have it's one of these for one recipe. That's 2 cups of sour cream. Okay, and then you're going to stir this in a little. And I take some of the sauce that I made, and I'm going to add some of that too, because it adds a little color to it. Okay. And also to taste, this is a jalapeno, okay, that I grated up, and that's also to taste. I added about probably close to a tablespoon for one recipe, because I'm probably going to add more. So that's plenty of sour cream. But we're also going to add cheese, 2 good cups of cheese, and this is a 2-cup bowl. Okay, so that's probably good. Remember, the 2 cups of cheese is for the double recipe, so you'll only be adding 1 cup. Okay. So you're going to want to try this and make sure that it's hot enough. Okay, you want to add the heat slowly, and that's really all. That's all there is to it. Okay, we are ready to put them in the pan. You're going to I put a little bit of oil. This is just a little canola oil down on the bottom of the pan. Okay, and I'm going to take this is a soup spoon that I'm using, okay? And you can really put as much as you want in. And then I'll bring this side over and push it back to itself so it's really tight. And I'll put them in so the seam side is down. And I'm going to fill the pan. Now we're ready to put the salsa on the enchiladas. I kind of like to focus on each one individually and make sure each one gets enough. I have a whole nother pan of these off to the side, which I'm going to fill too. I can show you those later. Let me get this on so we can, okay, so we get salsa on there, okay, and then you're going to sprinkle with cheese. Another cup or so goes on the top of each pan. I don't usually put the salsa out to the end, you see, and I'm going to cover this with some aluminum foil for the half an hour or maybe 20 minutes that it's in the oven, and then I'll take that off toward the end to keep all the moisture in. Okay, I'm just going to put the aluminum foil over, and we'll put it, the oven is on 350 by the way, the other pan's in there, and we're going to put that on for about 25 minutes, and we'll wait and see how it looks. Okay, I've taken this out of the oven because I want to take the lid off. Okay, and I'm going to put it back into the oven and just let it cook for a little bit without the lid on, probably about 10 minutes. These are pretty hot. Okay, I'm just going to cook it in there for, another, say, 10 minutes. Just get it, maybe the edges a little crispy, because when you have the lid on, it gets the steam makes it soft. Okay? Okay, these have been in here for 10 more minutes. And that's what they look like. And here's the other ones that we had. And what I'll do is I'll let them cool, and I'll individually freeze them and put them in a freezer bag, and you can just microwave them for a couple of minutes, and you can have them for, they don't usually last very long, but they'll last in the freezer for months. Well, thank you very much, and hope you enjoy it. Bye.